These are the five very frequent questions I get. We'll start with the first one, and it kind of ties into the competition. How do you find off-market deals? And I market to 13 niches. A lot of them, very few people market to, and I'm going to show you some samples of deals from these. The first one, and a tool I use is PropStream. It helps me build lists to find people to market to, but I turn it around. I find buyers with it. So it's kind of a vanilla list. So I'll pull a list of people that live out of state and out of the county that have owned for 20 years or longer. And those people will get marketed to by many other people. That's their main focus. But we also market to local people. I buy many properties from people that are local, but I make sure that they own the property for a significant amount of time. We market to probate leads. The $100 list, I haven't found anyone else that does this, but what that really represents in Escambia County where I am, if a property transfers, say from a mom to the son, she gifts it to him, and there's not a sales price. The placeholder on the appraiser's website is $100. Also, if a property went through probate, the placeholder is $100. If there's a death certificate, the placeholder is $100. So many times we're looking for people that have owned these properties for a long period of times. With that $100 list, I want people that have owned for 5 years or less. And most people aren't marketing to those type of people. So let's say the mom quit claimed the property to the son 3 years ago. He lives in California. He's been paying taxes on that for 3 years or not paying them for 3 years. That $100 list is for people that have owned for 5 years or less. I'll show you where we get some of this other data, but we can pull up people that have 4 to 7 credit lines that are single. We do a list for people that are 65 or over, and I'm going to show you where we get that data. Credit scores, I'm aware of maybe 1 or 2 other people that use this niche. Tax deed sales, these are people that if they don't pay their taxes, they have 3 choices. They can pay their taxes and redeem the property. They can let it go to sale and it will get sold at an auction, or we can go ahead and contact them before it goes to sale. Code enforcement liens. There's a property that we have in escrow right now. We bought it for $8,000. We have it sold right now for $18,000. That came from a code enforcement lien. And at some point, we can dig deeper into those. Many people have these code enforcement liens against their property. And about 50% of those, I can get all those code enforcement liens waived. So there's profit by getting those liens waived. Very few people are marketing to those. Expired MLS listings. I know that people tried to sell their property. They failed. So if they failed from 3 years ago to 8 years ago, I'll go ahead and market to them. I know what they tried to sell it for. I know that they wanted to sell it. I know they didn't get the price. But the reason I go back at least 3 years, now I have 3 years of appreciation. So an example I'm going to show you, we bought it for $10,300. We sold it for $25,000 3 days later. Properties that are quick claimed, a relative signs it over to another relative. I love return mail. And this last one you see here are certificates. And these are people that are chronically delinquent on their taxes. They're not just a little bit delinquent. We have 650 people on our certificate list that will be mailing out tomorrow or the next day. And these people are 2 years or more behind on their taxes.